everyone, this is our presentation on the effects of superheroes on self, presented by Quinn, Rafiq, Howard, Carla, and Trisha.
Our research question is, how do superheroes affect their audience's self? And our thesis is, superheroes affect their audience's self negatively.
Okay, so superheroes and mindset. Okay. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a steam locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Who is it?
Superman.
Yeah, of course, it's Superman. So, he's the face of justice and a force for good. Or at least that's how we think we see him. In reality, this is how we see him. Superhero media has changed over the years to become much more violent. Instead of focusing on the themes and all the good intentions the authors wants the audience to learn from these stories, instead, violence is the main course now. Take a look at the Injustice story arc, which is a wonderful story about what it truly means to be a superhero, but it kind of gets overshadowed by all the violence, like this. So, Sharon Lamb, a psychology PhD from Harvard, states that superheroes aren't really superheroes anymore. They're more like action heroes. Instead of doing good things, they just kind of run around killing, blowing up things, kind of like G.I. Joe. And the children cannot pick up on the subtle and complex themes that the authors want the audience to learn, according to an article from the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology.
Gender roles. Superheroes influence people's views and perceptions of gender roles. While both sexes have outdated gender role stereotypes, with women it tends to be more prominent because of the way they are hypersexualized. Women will begin to believe those gender roles and be influenced by them. In May's article, The Problem with Female Superheroes, she said that while female superheroes fill a variety of gender roles, they all tend to be hypersexualized. This can cause enforcement of gender roles. Have any of you seen any male superheroes like this? No, because gender roles and superhero media can influence people's perceptions of them.
Okay, now we turn to superheroes and morality. Superheroes have some bad morals which can lead to children to have poor behaviors. In comics and movies, superheroes tend to emphasize more on how they beat up the villains, which can make a child acquire those same behaviors and actions. In the following quote by the annual American Psychological Association, it illustrates that watching superheroes beat up villains may not be the best image for kids to see. They believe that maybe it can cause changes in their mentality as well as behaviors by them becoming more aggressive.
Women's body image. How many of you think that Supergirl's body is unrealistic?
Me.
Yes, this actually might cause their audience to develop eating disorders or body dysmorphia. According to the College of New Jersey's Department of Psychology, this quote, they are known for their work on human behavior, it shows that superheroes, the closer they are to Superwoman's ideal of femininity, the more likely their audience is to have eating disorders and body dysmorphia. Another example is shown here from Bulimia.com. Here we see Phoenix. This is the original copy, and this is an artist's rendition of what Phoenix would look like with a realistic body type. The difference between these two pictures is astounding, and it shows that the expectation for women is unrealistic.
Men's body image. Superheroes in the media can affect their male audience's view of themselves in terms of body image. Usually, men see their superheroes as role models and see their perfectly toned bodies and feel disappointed when they compare their own bodies to them. The pressure to reach that ideal goal starts in their young male audience's viewers. And this pressure is caused because society's norm is that body, and not being able to attain that goal leads to these younger boys to feel as though they can never be happy or physically strong. According to a study conducted by the University at Buffalo, 73% of their male participants expressed lower self-esteem when they saw a muscular superhero compared to those that saw a non-muscular superhero. Using this, you can clearly see how since the ripped superhero body is the set ideal and it is near impossible to reach, And not being able to reach that goal leads to a loss in self-confidence and poor body image.
Our group considered 3 different solutions to our problems. 1. Eliminate superheroes completely. 2. Censor violence in superhero products. And 3. Make superheroes more realistic.
Some pros are that eliminating all superheroes definitely ends all the bad influence of them. Censoring violence eliminates one aspect of superheroes, and making superheroes more realistic decreases the negative effects on their audience.
However, each one of these solutions has cons. The first one has many cons. The first being that it will remove a very large chunk of American culture. The second is economic. It will destroy the entertainment industry and also cause a lot of people to lose jobs, people that work for Marvel, DC, or those big film franchises. Second is to censor all violence in superhero media. But however, that doesn't touch on the issue of, say, sexuality or over-sexualizing people. And the final solution is the best one, with only one real major con, being that it might make superheroes stereotypical. Let me explain. So, when authors strive to make superheroes more realistic, they'll look at real people, just like you and me, to base their heroes on. And in doing so, that hero might become stereotypical, or how they see that race.
So the best solution is obviously the third one. However, we do have that one con. So our solution for that is to employ a wide variety of writers to create this new generation of superheroes. According to legendary comic book writer Dwayne McDuffie, who is known for his advocacy of diversity in the superhero world, one superhero is not enough to represent an ethnic population, but instead, many of them must be made. And in order for that, we must employ a large amount of writers who are very diverse to successfully produce non-stereotypical, realistic superheroes.
Here are our sources used, and also our images are cited. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed our presentation.